Have you ever loved something so much that you just want to make it happen every day? Me neither. This is a podcast a day. Another day, another one. 300. I don't know. Who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter. Awards. I love them. You love them. I hate them. You hate them. I don't really know what people's thoughts are of them. It seems like the kind of thing which everyone goes on about, like, oh, awards. Who cares? Who even decides who gets an award? It's just like a big group of people, like a big faceless group of people who say your thing's good, your thing's not good. Don't let those people's opinions, be the deciding factor on if you feel like you've made a good thing. If you've made a good thing, you've made a good thing. Don't let your life be driven by awards. But then the awards come around every year, and it's like, oh, but I would like one though. But they do look quite nice, and if I do get one, it will be going into some bars. Because I got a Grammy, I got an Oscar. Well, I guess if you got an Oscar, you're probably not making songs. But the point is, the Grammys happened, and Jay-Z was up on stage, because he was accepting like a lifetime achievement award type dealio, and he kind of goes off on this sort of, I guess, inspirational kind of chat. This kind of speech he gave at the Oscars is why remember that thing which was like, would you rather £10 million right now, wire it straight to your bank account, or no, okay, it wasn't that much money. Would you rather 100k? Okay, if we're going to be honest about what it actually was, would you rather 100k wired direct to your bank account, or one dinner with Jay-Z? Sort of premise being, you get 100k, or you get a dinner with Jay-Z and you're going to pick his brain. He's a genius and he's going to give you all the nuggets, everything you need to know. And he's gonna go off on little tangents like he did at the Grammys, and you're gonna feel inspired and you're gonna learn so much. 100k after 30 minutes of Jay-Z, you're gonna be willing your way to 100 mil. So that's like the idea. By the way, take the 100k. Just take the 100k. But yeah, he's up on stage, he's doing this thing, and the essence of what he's saying is actually, it's a great point. There'll be people up there. He was saying there'll be people here tonight who deserve to win an award for a great bit of music they did, and they won't win one. And don't let that get you down, because it's all subjective, it's all opinion based, and maybe these people just didn't have the collective opinion of the collective people as a whole, and that's fine. There'll also be people in this room who doesn't deserve to be nominated, which is also true, and there'll be people who win which maybe don't quote unquote deserve it, which I guess is also true. But that's just how it goes. But at the same, I mean that's true. I wouldn't say it though, because I'm not trying to bring down the mood. Because now if I'm like if I was nominated and I was about to, like, say I loved Jay-Z and I was nominated in a category and I was about to go over and take a photo, I probably now wouldn't, just in case I was one of those people he was probably talking about. But yeah, he's up there, he's doing the whole thing. The one thing I would say though about the whole like fuck the award shows type thing, or like, who really fucking gives a fuck? Sometimes it's not even fair and it's corrupt and this and that. It's like, well, you still showed up though, and you'll still happily take the Lifetime Achievement Award and probably still go into a cabinet somewhere, and that's fine. You can show up to a place and still be like, but things could be better, and it doesn't always go the right way. But like, I don't know. It is one of those things. It's like, you're telling people it's all just opinion based and it doesn't matter. But then but like at the same time, it's like, it's one of these things. It's like, fuck it, it doesn't care. It's just people's opinions. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I would very much like one. But I get it. I can't even really complain about that, because I'd be the exact same. Like, a part of me is like, it's just a fucking bit of metal by these fuddy duddies in suits. But at the same time, it's still the pinnacle kind of achievement award you can get. I'm sure back in the day, winning one would actually help you more in your career, like help you get kind of deals or money or like whatever's. These days, I don't think winning a Grammy. I mean, as well, the most boring thing about the Oscars, which even though I like it, in my mind I like the Oscars, like the idea of it, and then it comes around and you watch it and it's usually boring, unless Will Smith is slapping someone, is that I hate sweeps. It feels like nominations are exciting. It's like, who's going to get in? It's like a bunch of different options. There's surprises. When you actually get to the award shows, there's no surprise. It's one film and they sweep. They win like most of the acting categories, director, picture, and so I guess that kind of makes sense in a way that the film that is considered the best film of the year is also going to win all these other little categories. But my god, it's so boring, you know. And the Grammys is like that on an even larger scale, because it's like not only do you have artists who sweep and walk away with like 5 awards, which I just hate the idea of like any kind of award show. It being a common thing that someone's gonna walk away with like 6 Grammys. Like, I like the idea of that being rare. Like, you're gonna walk away with a lot. You really blew it out the water this year. Like, I don't know. I shouldn't be seeing pictures of people every year with like 3 to 5 Grammys. It's just crazy. But with the Grammys, not only do people sweep, they sweep for like 4 year periods. So it's like I feel like every single year I'll check. I'll be like, okay, let's see who like picked up an award, and it'll be every single year that like Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift, and Dua Lipa. It's just always them with bare awards, and it's like I don't know. What can you really do if like they just happen to drop a lot of music, which happens to be very successful, and then they get the awards? I get it. I'm not even really complaining, saying they don't deserve them. It's just boring. It's just boring. And yeah, like I don't know. Taylor Swift won for her whatever. I haven't. I don't really listen to that much music, so I haven't really got a horse in the race to be like, this is unfair. This should have won. But I feel like I watch content of people who like music, and I hear what's happening around it, and I feel like I do hear a lot more. Like in terms of streams and what's get played the most, probably was Taylor Swift. But I feel like SZA, that album, just even the cover art, I was just seeing it so much. Taylor Swift's album, SOS, right? Taylor Swift songs, Midnights. I don't know. I just feel like she didn't need it. So that's part of the point. But what can you do? What can you do? I don't like if you look at who has won the most Oscars in history for like in terms of acting, I'm pretty sure it's someone from like the 30s who has 5, and that's the most ever anyone's ever won of Oscars, right? And then I think in second place it's like Meryl Streep. She's got 4. And this is like ever. Sometimes people walk away with 4 in one evening Grammys. You know what I mean? That's part of what I'm saying. Just kind of kills it for me. But that's that. That's that. In terms of someone who wasn't nominated for a Grammy, I don't even know if they've even released music anytime soon. But a Brit, a British guy, bit of an Englishman. Stormzy. I feel like if you had to mention sort of who are the British artists that people know in America, outside of like pop artists or like rap, people would probably skip to Stormzy, Dave. Probably nowadays Central C, people would know. Who else would they know in America? Probably just them 4. And that kind of in that genre at least. I don't know. But because outside of that genre, obviously like Harry Styles, you know what I mean. But Stormzy posted like my daily routine. By daily routine, I don't know if this is what I'm doing on this day or this is what I do every day. To me, just the idea of a routine at all, I just couldn't do it. It's the same thing every day. That being said, I do have a routine. Without trying to, which is just like lying in bed until like 11 and then getting up, pissing, and then getting back into bed. So technically that is the routine. But what I mean is, like, I could very easily get up at 6 in the morning. Well, not easily, I'd be tired and I wouldn't want to do it. But if I really had to, for a reason, like, there was a reason why I had to do this for like a 3-month period, right? I had to get up at 6, go run in the park, get back, do this thing. Like Stormzy basically would get up, he'd go for a run. It was like 6 in the morning. He'll get back, he'll go gym, he'll get back, he'll then eat some breakfast thing, then he'll go for a second workout, then he'll get back and then he'll do some kind of like cardio thing, and then he'll go get back and then he'll run and he'll get back and then he'll take the dog for a walk, and then now it's only like 10 and I'm still not awake, and then he'll go to the studio and it's now like 4 p.m. and it looks like the studio is like an afterthought. Like we'll do some music for like half an hour. Then we'll get back and we'll do the third workout of the day. And we'll go to bed by 5 p.m. and then it's up to do the thing all over again. It's like, I feel like I could very much get up, work out, run, get back home, do everything he was doing, but just not at the exact same time every day, in the exact same order. It's the routine part of it. It being the same. Like, I could do it in a different order maybe if there was at least a reason to as well, because I don't even know, for someone like Stormzy, right, are you doing that? Like, is the reason you're doing it just to have routine in your life? and that's healthy for you in your career, is having a routine? Or is it for some kind of goal? Like, are you trying to hit a fitness goal or something? Because, like, someone tell Stormzy his job is an athlete because he's training harder than Sancho, probably, who is one, technically. It's just crazy. Like, because, like, he's a big guy, as Bane once said. You're a big guy. Does Bane say that, or does someone say it to Bane? I don't know. I've seen them in film, like, once, I think. He's a big guy, but for how much he's working out, I wouldn't say he's huge. He's not ripped. He's not, like, crazy big. He kind of looks like naturally well built, and then done some gym on top of that to stay toned and whatever. I wouldn't say for like the 3 different workouts, cardio and weights, I don't even know how you would call it, combined, that, I don't know, I feel like he would be bigger, or like, I don't know, for how much he was doing from basically 6 in the morning till like 11 is when he just basically had breakfast and chilled out. Um, you know, and like I said, music seemed like the afterthought you do in the evening time. I got a bit of time, why not? Um, so yeah, it's like, I have to imagine you're doing it more just out of the healthiness of it, and the fact of having a routine, other than it being like, you know, you want to get bigger or whatever. It's just like, it was just crazy. There is like no chance. There's no chance. Like, even like getting up, going to work when I worked in the cinema. Actually, this is a good tangent. Like, I need to work a job. Like, when I go for an interview, I'm like, is it the same shifts every week, or do they change? And they think I'm asking that because I want it to be the same shifts. So they're like, oh no, it will change. If that's a problem, I'm like, no, 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 that's what I want. Like, I don't want them to tell me you're going to be working Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or whatever, or like both weekends, or like, because when I worked in a warehouse, it was like all weekend. It was no social. It was like Fridays to Monday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then you had the other ones off, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And it's like, I just hate that, man. I'd much rather, I would arguably rather work more, but the routine is switched up, than less. Like, I'd rather do, like, I wouldn't want to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'd rather do 4 days, but the days are random. Because it's just like, when I did have to occasionally do that stuff, and it's like, you get up. And in the trains as well, because everywhere I've worked, it's always been like a relative, not long, but like, a long enough journey. Whereas I get on the train, I get on this line, I sit on it for like 11 stops, I get off it, I walk here, I wait usually about 6 minutes, I get on this train, I take it for about 6 stops, I get off, I walk, it's about a 10-minute walk, I walk in, I clock in, I go downstairs, I come up, and then it's obviously the monotonous job, and then you get off and you do the same train journey back in reverse. And it's like, doing that even in a row, it's just like, I need to switch. um and the thing I wanted to tangent on about cinema is, I saw some discourse thing. It was Lad Bible. Honestly, when I'm like strapped for something to talk about, that's the only reason I follow Lad Bibles, because they'll be spurting out some bullshit thing that no one cares about. You can tell, like, every day is a slow news day of Lad Bible, and it was like, like they were like, discourse erupts out of nowhere when someone posts a picture saying, can you keep your kids cleaner in the cinema screens or whatever, and it was like a picture of a dirty cinema screen. And it's like, Lad Bible are what, scouring Reddit to find tiny little, it probably, you know what I mean? I don't know how they're considering this huge news or whatever for their little, I say their little they're literally one of the biggest, anyway. And used to work in a cinema, I know, not a cinema as well, worked in like 4 different ones, I know, why not just work in the same one? You can guess why, probably. But first of all, what I would say is the picture of the cinema screen that I was complaining about being really dirty. There was a lot of popcorn everywhere. Don't get me wrong, but nowhere near the worst I've seen as well. And what's nice about it as well was it was just popcorn. Like, the worst screens is when you get variety. It's popcorn, it's bags and rubbish and spilt drinks. because you never walk in with the paper towel with you ready and to clean it up. That's the kind of thing you've got to go out and source that and come back with it because you're just expecting that's going to be the half the time. Anyway, the discourse is yeah, should people be a bit more cleaner when they're sitting in a screen with a popcorn with the kids, or that's literally your job, shut up, right? And to some extent, walking into a cinema screen and walking into it and just like being like, oh my god, it's dirty again. We'll get the pans, we're gonna have to clean. Yeah, obviously it's your job. Having that kind of reaction, that walking in being like, it should be spotless in here near enough. We gotta clean, that is fucking bullshit. Like, because I've said the same thing. It's an arsehole thing to say, but like, when we were closing, they was like, you have to do a very thorough job. You have to clean everything. And it's like, we leave a couple kernels, it's fine. They're like, no, you gotta clean it so much. And we were like, but the you know, the other cleaners are gonna come in after we close anyway, and do their thing. And it's like, well, no. Anyway, and it's like, even though that is true, you know, the cleaners are gonna come in after. It's like, but if everyone just, you know, still does a decent thing, then everyone does less work, kind of. Because if the cleaners had that mentality that we had, then whoever's opening in the morning, I can't believe I'm speaking like this. I actually sound like someone I'd be snoozing out in a manager. But it's true. It's like the people coming in the morning will have less to... But honestly, that's not pity people who open. It's fucking easy. Opening is easy. It's boring, and I never did it because I couldn't wake up early. But it's easy. You go in there, you open some doors, and then you just sit there whilst a couple people trickle through. And as it gets to midday, as it gets to early afternoon, basically as it gets to a little bit busy, you leave. And you haven't got to do anything before you leave. You haven't got any fucking shit to do. You just get to go. When you close, it's a whole thing. You're running around, it's sweaty, you got to leave it perfect for the people in the morning. I've seen the TikToks based on it, and I'll just say they're very accurate, okay, of how it is morning people compared to closing people. Anyway, from my point of view, right, from working in a cinema, like, you're going to go into a screen, regardless, it's going to be dirty. When I go to the cinema, you're eating popcorn, it's impossible not to drop popcorn on the floor. It's like, it wants to be there. And that's fine. It's not even the popcorn. And if it's a kid's screen, you kind of just got to walk in and be accepting of the fact, like, I'm not for the whole parent your kids better, because that usually comes from people who haven't got kids. It's, you know, they're crazy. You're trying to bring them to a thing because it's like they'll get bored if they're just sitting at home all day, but they don't really want to see a film, you know, type thing. Take them to the park or something. But like, yeah. So that whole thing, like, parent your kids better, no. But like, when it's just like a screen which isn't really like a kids film, like, aside from popcorn being on the floor and stuff, which is like, that's just gonna be there. When it's just stuff that like is so avoidable, like a spilt drink, as much as that's annoying, it can happen. When it's stuff like, you'd walk into cinema screens, you'll find loaded nappies stuffed between the chairs, or people who change their babies during the screening, or like you would find stuff, you know, you would find stuff, you know. And it's like, even just simple things. So like, as you're leaving, as you're going out with you, there's going to be bins on the way. Why not just take the shit you brought in with you? Like, that's on your lap already. Like, you got an empty box and you got like an empty cup. Why not just take that with you? Now, I get it's my job, but it's also my job for minimum wage. So don't make my job be a job that's worth way more than minimum wage, but I'm only getting paid minimum wage. Because yes, at the end of the day, I am getting paid to clean the screen, but I'm getting paid, like, at the time, like, £6.80. So, you know, be nice, you know? Because, like, you could say, well, it's someone else's job to clean it anywhere in life. Whether you're walking down the street, you're in a shop, you're literally anywhere that isn't your house, someone's job is to clean that area. Doesn't mean you gotta go around chucking shit on the floor and just being crazy with it, you know? The only place you probably do care about it being somewhat livable is your own house, because, you know, you have to clean it. So you're not, so you already acknowledge it's annoying. Honestly, working these kind of retail jobs makes you a better human, because, you know, you're kind of in there one day and you're like, I should bring my cup with me when I leave this place and just chuck it in the bin, because why not? It's no different. It's no skin off my back. And then, yeah, someone's got to clean it. And, you know, on those days when you're getting fucking ran about by your supervisor, and you got, you know, something like End Game is out, and you're just going from screen to screen to screen to screen, you know, it can make all the difference. I don't work in cinemas anymore, so I shouldn't really care, and I doubt I'll be working in them again. I've basically got myself barred from every single one. But yeah, that's for another day. This was, I don't know what number it is. Thank you very much, and Dankeschön.